Well, my rolling toolbox has become a cluttered mess, but we're going to do something about that. We've got a new one. So I bought this this Harbor Freight. This is the 5-drawer cart. I bought this several years ago, just as a way to have my common tools. It's easy to roll it up to whatever I'm working on. You've got your wrenches and your sockets and whatnot. But it's become a bit of a cluttered mess. I'm really trying to fit. I'm sure Granted, I could organize it a lot better, but really I've got more in there than really fits. Also, I've got a lot of stuff that's just too tall for this, so I can't close the lid. That may still be a problem with the new one, but I'm going to try to fit things in a little bit nicer. And it's just, cluttered mess, wrenches and sockets and everything scattered through there. So, Harbor Freight just put these on sale. This is the slightly larger cart, similar design. It's a 6-drawer, but it's got much larger drawers, and should have a lot more space. And I thought I'd do a little unboxing and a bit of a product review. So yeah, Harbor Freight, I'm sure is known for cheap tools, and of course, a lot of the stuff it's exactly that. It's cheap. Some of it is good enough to get by. Some of it's just not even worth their cheap prices. However, some of their stuff's actually pretty good, and one of the things I've been pretty impressed with is their toolboxes. I've got a couple different ones. I've got a large rolling toolbox that I've been really happy with. My little cart, other than the fact that it's cluttered and a little too small, for the price, I don't think you can beat it. So when this one went on sale, I figured I'd give it a try to upgrade from my little rolling cart. Now normally this goes for $199. This week, the reason I've been waiting for it to go on sale, so the reason I bought it now is they had a coupon for $169 for this, and also they now have multiple colors. They used to just come in red. Now that it comes in a nice blue, I like to call it Yamaha blue. It's not really, I don't know if it's exactly Yamaha blue, but I'll call it that. I decided I'd go for this. So I started unboxing this earlier actually, and I realized, I need to film this, the unboxing, because one of the problems with buying things like this is they're not packaged properly, and they get beat up in shipping. I'm actually really quite impressed with how well they packaged this. Nice heavy cardboard, comes off pretty easy, and they've got things locked in really nicely with the styrofoam. It keeps things from rattling around. If you've seen the blue cabinets I have in the back of the shop here, some of those, they were beat up in shipping and scratched up. I mean, still usable, but I was a little disappointed at how those were packaged. This actually is quite impressive. They've got some extra foam on top. Lots of styrofoam packing, holds everything in place. So so far so good. So we'll just cut this into a nice little time lapse so you don't have to watch the whole thing and me rambling about unboxing it, and let's get this thing put together. Nice thing that they've done here, there's a little bit of a ridge, gives a little more support in it, and also helps line up the caster wheels. So far it's looking pretty good. Which bolts do we need here? Which bolts do I use for this? So there's 2 packages of hardware with this. One package has flat washers and lock nuts along with the carriage bolts. The other one, I grabbed the wrong stuff here. You've got carriage bolts and a flanged lock nut. So the caster wheels use the hardware with the nylock nuts and the washers, and the other nuts and bolts are for the uprights. I have hardware left over, always makes me nervous. I'm sure they're used for something else. All right, I'm assuming I do the legs next. And this is one of those things that another pair of hands would be handy, but it's certainly doable with one. Now you should definitely leave these just finger tight to start with, because otherwise you're going to have a hard time lining things up. So just getting things finger tight so that it holds together. Once everything's together, cinch it all down. Next step, we've got some cross braces that go midway on those legs, and this is what's going to support the toolbox itself. And you'll note that there's a little lip that keeps the toolbox side to side. So it doesn't show clearly in the instructions, but it looks like this is the top. So let's see, we are step number 8. With assistance, lift the chest, then lower it between the posts. Warning, this chest is heavy. Do not attempt to lift and lower onto the cross supports without assistance. I'm here by myself today, so let's see how it goes. Do I have everything out of here? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if these drawers come out. If it's like my larger box, and it is, these drawers will come out. So if you've got somebody helping you, probably doesn't matter, but I'm thinking getting any weight out of it that I can would be a smart move. Oh, not bad at all. Oop, oop, I'm caught on something. Okay. All right. It's a little tricky, but there we go. Yeah, with the drawers removed, it's not that heavy. It's just a little awkward. So it is all back together now. Pretty happy with it so far. I do have a few leftover parts. I've got a couple nylocks, couple bolts. I have no clue where they go. I appear to have a bolt in every hole and a nut on every bolt. So my guess is it's cheaper for them to just throw in a few extra than to accidentally, short somebody, which makes sense. I do have some other pieces that I do know where they go, that they're supposed to go into the corners, these little corner brackets. I got ahead of myself and missed those, but I'll put those in later. So it is together. I'm pretty happy with it. Now to show you a few of the features of it, one of the things I like is there's these holes along the side where you can store your screwdrivers. There's about 10 holes on each side or so. One thing that some people may not like about these is the drawers have a lock. On the sides, there's a lever you have to move sideways to pull them out. I kind of like that. I'm used to that on my larger box that has those. It's not a real critical deal. Rolling around the shop, the drawers aren't going to come open. If you were going to mount this, I thought about mounting one of these in my van for hauling stuff. In that case, it would actually be really nice so that they didn't come loose. On the larger ones, drawers, the locks on the side there. It has a useful little shelf here, large enough for spray cans or whatever. Little extra storage. They make a side shelf that can bolt onto it as well. I might actually see about getting one of those. Fairly large drawers, fairly deep, deep enough for deep sockets. I'm thinking I always used to put all my sockets on the top. I may start putting those in a drawer maybe have one of these small drawers for metric wrenches, the other one for inch-sized wrenches. But anyway, hopefully you found this useful. It's I think it's pretty decent quality toolbox. For the price, you can't beat it. You compare it to the Snap-ons. Snap-on makes wonderful stuff, don't get me wrong, but you certainly pay a premium there. I would say it's a lot better than anything you're going to get from Sears. I used to buy Sears Craftsman stuff. That's kind of gone downhill, unfortunately. So anyway, if you find this useful, I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, and hopefully we'll have some more videos you find interesting. So until then, get out in your garage, do something interesting.